It's Charter Local Edition. I'm Brad Pomerance in the San Gabriel Valley today, and we are joined by Laura Santos. She is a trustee with the Mt San Antonio Community College District. Where is Mt Sac and its district?
Well, Mt Sac is in the city of Walnut. It was actually there before the city of Walnut.
Nice.
It started in like 1940s, and Walnut
Right.
was incorporated after. But it's a big community college district. It's the biggest single campus community college district in the state.
Okay.
And it goes from Pomona all the way to Baldwin Park, and it includes
Huge
many
swaths of the San
right,
Gabriel Valley.
many cities, many feeder school districts.
And it's right next to Poly Pomona,
right.
which is really terrific in a lot of ways, because for students that may want to transfer to a four-year, there's one right across the street.
Right.
And so it doesn't mean they have to go to Poly Pomona, but I presume that the alliances are very strong.
Right. We do have a lot of articulation
Right.
programs with Cal Poly and other Cal State.
Right.
And great partnerships with some private colleges also.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Now, Mt Sac Community College District is going through an evolution in terms of how it elects trustees, and it is not alone. There are several electoral bodies where the members had been elected at large.
Right.
Often you will see that in smaller cities. Mt Sac had been one where you had, was it 5 or 7 trustees before?
There was 5 trustees elected at large in 2012, 2013. Somebody told me, oh, Mt Sac is redistricting. And
so let me ask you about that, because that was a very significant development.
Right.
There's been a lot of pressure from a lot of different groups that the notion is that at-large districts can disenfranchise.
Right.
And so if you can't elect from your community, you know, there's a voting rights issue. So like you just said, Mt Sac decided to go from at-large to districts.
Right.
Explain.
You know, I kind of got wind, and I thought it was interesting. And at that time, I was sitting on a nonprofit board with one of the trustees, with David Hall, and you know, I asked, "Oh, Mt Sac's redistricting," and I was following it a little bit.
And mind you, you were an elected member of a school board.
Yeah, I was on a K-12 school board, Bassett Unified.
Okay, so you know from what you were talking. I mean, you've
Right.
had this experience.
I had, I was in my 6th year there, my 2nd term. And when they actually, you know, approved a map, a redistricting map, I looked at it and I was really surprised. And I called up the president because I needed to see the streets.
Right. The president of the board. Or of Mt Sac College.
No, Dr. Bill Scroggins'
Of the
office.
college, yes.
And they sent me the, you know,
Right.
the street map. And it was as if the 5 school board trustees, Mt Sac trustees, and the redistricting consultant had said, let's draw a map that's perfect for Laura Santos.
Right.
So
they didn't know Laura Santos,
no,
but it's
they
as if
didn't.
they did.
No, because at the time, my day job, what I do to pay my bills, I do public relations.
Sure.
And my clients had contracts in Irwindale, Baldwin Park, and West Covina.
Okay.
I'm a Bassett School Board member, and the district that was
Right.
drawn incorporated all those communities.
And I understand your house is just barely in.
Right.
Just barely.
Barely in the district.
But it's in it.
in Bassett.
Yeah.
And but you know, I knew those communities very well. I knew the community members. I knew the community leaders. I knew the elected officials. So I kind of felt like a golden opportunity had been dropped on my
sure,
lap.
sure.
So I felt like I didn't have any choice. I had to run for the seat.
It was a calling.
Right. And
why is it, though, if I may ask, you're so passionate about education? I mean, look, this is not your first elected position. You were on the K-12 board in Bassett for 6 years. Something speaks to you. Why? What is it?
education is a great equalizer. So my district, it includes, the biggest part is Baldwin Park,
Right.
Irwindale,
Little of Bassett.
a little bit of Bassett. And it's not the most affluent part of the Mt Sac district. So community college and education very important to our communities, are more low income,
Right.
with a population where the children might be the first to go in to college. So
I
you know,
get it.
it's very
No,
important
I mean,
to our
I get it. And I
communities.
think about community colleges today. I've said this before. When I was growing up, when you were growing up, presumably, community colleges were often second chances.
Yes.
It's not that way anymore. Community colleges are a first stop, a respectable first stop, for a variety of reasons. They're affordable, they're close, the transfer is seamless, like you described.
Right.
I mean, these are exciting opportunities.
And Mount SAC does a wonderful job in supporting student success.
Right.
We're a big college, so we have
How many students, do you know?
we have 30,000 approximately credit students and about 30,000 non-credit students that are learning earning certificates,
Sure.
going through
Right. So total number of students?
a little bit less than 60,000.
That's huge.
That's big.
That is a huge
But
number.
we have many campus or classes off-site. They're not all on campus at the same time.
Okay.
And we have night school.
That's okay.
But we have, and we have, like I said, we have great economy of scale. These recent years, the state has given community colleges additional money for student success
Right.
and student services. We have excellent student services, whether you're disabled, first to go to
Right.
school in your family, low income veterans. We have
serve the
something
needs of
for
so many.
every. We have wonderful, and we just opened
Please.
a dream center to help. It's very
Is
difficult
it for dreamers?
for dream students.
Let's talk about dreamers, because that's
Okay.
obviously a topic that causes some people to become agitated.
Mm-hmm.
And dreamers, of course, are those students that they were born out of the country, brought here by their parents as children.
Right.
Probably don't speak the language of the native country. Maybe they do, but they don't have status.
Right.
Um,
But the state of California provides those students. We have AB 540,
Right.
which allows them state financial aid. We have the California Dream Act.
Right.
And there's one, and then the federal DACA.
Which is
The DACA is for
deferred action.
Deferred action,
Right.
DACA, for
Yeah, deferred
children.
action.
Yeah, deferred action.
Right.
And those processes are very complicated. I mean, it's hard enough nowadays. If you're not a dream student, you have to go. It's much more complicated than when I went to community
Sure.
college. You have to do your application. You have to do your assessments. You have to go through orientation. Now, the dreamers have a whole additional set of processes and forms and procedures and hoops that they have to jump through.
Right.
And they have unique circumstances, and depending on your circumstances, how many years you were in,
Right, of course.
you know,
How
it's
old
very
were you when you
complicated.
arrived?
But we have a wonderful staff person that's going to head up this Dream Center and is going to help these students navigate through that. We have another center for veterans. And I had it was a Baldwin Park commissioner whose students went to Mount SAC and then graduated from a four-year college tell me there's no reason a Mount SAC student should get a C because there's so many excellent student support services
I want
at
to thank
Mount
you for
SAC.
joining us, Laura Santos, from the Mount SAC Community College District. I'm Brad Pomerance. It's Charter Local Edition.